The story begins with a couple who have come to the forest for a picnic. Through their conversation, we learn that Beth was diagnosed with cancer a year ago, but she has now fully recovered. They are having a great time together, but Beth still seems troubled. She repeatedly tries to tell Jay something, but Jay is so caught up in enjoying the moment that he neither notices her sadness nor realizes she wants to tell him something important. They venture deeper into the forest, and while climbing a slope, Beth slips and injures herself. She tells Jay she'll be back after cleaning her wound and sits down near a waterfall, quietly crying. While sitting there, Beth notices a dead animal lying nearby. It had been killed in a very strange way, and its entire skin had been peeled off. The sight is disturbing, and perhaps the first sign that something is terribly wrong in this forest. Terrified, she screams and calls for Jay. Jay arrives and tries to calm her down. He says, "What's there to be afraid of? It's a forest. There are probably hunters around here, and this is most likely one of their kills." The two continue enjoying their day, and when night falls, they set up their tents. While talking, they hear gunshots echoing through the forest once again. Jay reassures her, saying, "See, I told you there are hunters out here. Don't worry, let's get some sleep." In the middle of the night, Beth wakes up after hearing a strange noise. She feels as if someone is standing outside her tent. She steps outside to check, but doesn't see anyone. Still uneasy, she decides to walk a little farther. Suddenly, Jay appears in front of her. Beth is confused. She clearly remembers leaving him inside the tent. How did he get here before her? Jay looks puzzled and says, "What are you talking about? I haven't been in the tent for the last 15 minutes. Hearing this, Beth is horrified. She knows she saw someone inside the tent. The two quickly rush back to their campsite and discover that no one is there. However, their tents have been completely torn apart. It's obvious that something had been inside them. They also find a green, sticky substance covering the tents. It looks almost unnatural, suggesting that some kind of creature may have been there. Whatever is lurking in the forest, Beth and Jay still have no idea what they're dealing with. Suddenly, they hear a terrifying scream echo through the woods. It doesn't sound fully human or animal, making it even more unsettling. Panicked, they immediately start running. As they flee through the mountains, they notice the same green slime they saw on their tents. This can only mean one thing: the creature is nearby. Fearing they may be heading straight toward it, they change direction and keep running. Morning finally arrives, but their situation doesn't improve. Beth spots a dark figure standing among the dense trees and becomes even more frightened. For a brief moment, it almost seems as though the figure is watching her. Jay dismisses it and continues searching for a way out. Unfortunately, the forest has become like a maze. No matter where they go, they can't seem to find an exit. While trying to escape, they arrive at the same area where Beth saw the mysterious figure. This time, she gets a better look at it. She can't see its entire body, but she can clearly make out its head and eyes. The creature stares directly at her, and it almost seems as though it's trying to control her through its gaze. Before anything can happen, Jay distracts Beth and quickly pulls her away. As they continue running, Beth once again tells Jay that she needs to tell him something important. But even now, Jay doesn't pay attention. A short distance later, Jay suddenly steps into a trap and crashes to the ground. The trap appears to have been set by a human, but whatever it is, it leaves Jay badly injured. Seeing his condition, Beth decides to find water for him. She searches the area but can't find any streams or springs nearby. Eventually, she spots an old well and immediately heads toward it. But when she looks inside, she discovers something horrifying. The well contains no water. Instead, it's filled with the bodies of humans and animals. Terrified, Beth realizes this may be connected to the same creature they've been running from all this time. Screaming in fear, she tries to escape, but suddenly becomes trapped in a net made from branches and trees. Moments later, the shadowy figure appears in front of her. It looks ready to kill her, but before it can attack, someone intervenes and saves Beth. The mysterious stranger takes her back to the path where Jay was lying injured. Then, carrying Jay over his shoulder, he brings both of them to his cabin. He introduces himself as Quinn. Quinn explains that the creature Beth encountered is known as the Wendigo. According to him, the Wendigo has preyed on countless animals and people throughout the forest, and he came here specifically to hunt it. Hearing the creature's name terrifies Jay. He admits that he's heard stories about the Wendigo before. According to the legends, it hunts people who become lost in the woods. "I've heard stories about it for years," Jay says, "but I always thought they were just myths. Now it feels like we've become its next targets." Meanwhile, Jay's condition continues to get worse. Beth desperately asks Quinn, "Please tell us how to get out of here. If Jay doesn't receive treatment soon, he won't survive." Quinn sadly explains that he's trapped in the forest as well. "I came here with my wife," he says, "but the Wendigo attacked and killed her. Ever since then, I've wanted revenge. I want to kill the Wendigo, but I don't know any way out of this forest." Beth begins to cry and begs him for help. After a moment, Quinn finally says, "All right, let's try something." The next day, Quinn and Beth leave together to search for a way out. If they find one, they'll return and take Jay with them. As they move through the forest, Beth suddenly realizes Quinn has disappeared behind her. She freezes. At the same moment, A dark shadow begins swirling around her like smoke. Terrified, Beth looks around desperately. Then a gunshot rings out through the forest. It turns out Quinn fired the shot. Beth quickly realizes that Quinn never brought her out to search for an escape route. Instead, he used her as bait to lure the Wendigo out into the open. However, the bullet doesn't kill the creature. Quinn grabs Beth's hand and starts running. "This bullet will only keep it away for a short time," he says. "We need to get back to the cabin." Beth is devastated by Quinn's betrayal, but she has no choice except to follow him. They return to the cabin, and Beth finds Jay writhing in pain. His condition has become much worse. Desperate, she tells Quinn, "I can forgive what you did earlier, but only if you come with me again and help me find a way out of this forest." Quinn immediately refuses. "You've lost your mind," he says. "I'm not letting either of you leave." Beth becomes furious. "What do you want from me?" she asks. Quinn finally reveals the reason. "I want you." The answer terrifies Beth. Quinn explains that throughout his years hunting the Wendigo, he has seen it kill nearly everyone it encounters. But for some reason, it didn't kill Beth. In his opinion, that's not a coincidence. According to Quinn, the Wendigo needs weak bodies it can completely control. Sick and vulnerable people make the perfect targets. Then he reveals something shocking. He knows Beth is sick. Beth is stunned. This is the secret she has been trying to tell Jay from the very beginning. Despite undergoing cancer treatment, her latest test results came back positive. Her cancer has returned, and she never found the right moment to tell her husband. Quinn believes that's exactly why the Wendigo is interested in her. "I'm not your enemy," Quinn tells her. "Just listen to me. If you leave this place, the Wendigo will do to you exactly what it did to my wife." Beth sits down, worried and trapped. She knows Quinn has no intention of letting her leave. Later that night, she waits for him to fall asleep. While secretly searching for a way out, she notices part of the floor sinking slightly beneath her feet. Curious, she lifts it open. To her surprise, she discovers a hidden tunnel beneath the cabin. At first, Beth thinks it might be a secret escape route. But when she climbs down inside, she finds something horrifying. The tunnel is filled with dead bodies. The sight terrifies her. Immediately, Beth begins to suspect that Quinn has lied about everything and may actually be hunting people himself. Frightened, she climbs back out. But Quinn is already awake. He's standing there with a gun pointed directly at her. Beth starts crying. "What do you want from us?" she asks. "Why did you kill all these innocent people?" Quinn insists that he didn't kill them. According to him, all of those people became lost in the forest. Some were injured, while others were sick. He explains that he believed the Wendigo would eventually try to possess them. He kept waiting for the creature to choose a host so he could finally kill it. But every attempt ended the same way. The Wendigo killed them all first. Then, after years of failure, Beth arrived. She was the first person the Wendigo didn't kill. That convinced Quinn that the creature wanted her body. "That's why I can't let you leave," he says. "I have to kill the Wendigo and avenge my wife. If you leave, everything I've worked for will be wasted." Then Quinn says something even more disturbing. Even if Beth escapes, Jay may be a better target now. His injuries have left him weaker than ever. Hearing Jay's name immediately changes Beth's attitude. "You won't do anything to Jay," she says. "Instead, let me help you. I'll fight the Wendigo and make this easier for both of us." After some hesitation, Quinn agrees. The next day, he takes Beth deep into the woods. Beth asks, "What exactly do I need to do?" Quinn replies, "Nothing. The Wendigo will do everything himself." Then he gives her one important warning. "Whatever happens, don't look into its eyes. If you do, it can enter your body through them. And if that happens, I'll have no choice but to kill you too." Following Quinn's plan, they wait. Before long, the Wendigo appears as a cloud of black smoke. Everything seems to be unfolding exactly as Quinn expected. But then the situation suddenly changes. Instead of entering Beth's body, it appears to enter Quinn's. Because Quinn had looked into the creature's eyes before, Beth becomes convinced that the Wendigo has possessed him. Believing she's doing the right thing, she stabs Quinn. But it turns out to be a terrible mistake. The Wendigo was never inside Quinn at all. It was simply another trick. The creature staged the entire thing to distract Beth and leave her vulnerable. Before she can react, the Wendigo captures her. It drags her back to its hideout, the same well she discovered earlier. Beth is terrified. The well is incredibly deep, and it feels almost impossible to escape from it. Exhausted and hopeless, she finally screams into the darkness. "I give up. I'm tired. I can't keep living like this anymore. Come and take my body." The moment she says those words, the Wendigo approaches. The black smoke gathers together and transforms back into its true form. The creature looks absolutely terrifying. To possess Beth, it needs her to look directly into its eyes. But Beth never opens hers. Instead, she waits. The moment she senses the creature close enough, she attacks it with a knife in her hand. For the first time, the Wendigo has been caught off guard by a human. When Beth realizes the attack worked and the creature is wounded, she opens her eyes and attacks again. And again, she refuses to stop. Eventually, the Wendigo collapses. Beth believes it's finally dead. For the first time since entering the forest, she feels safe. Standing there alone, she celebrates her victory. In a way, Defeating the Wendigo feels like a second chance at life. After climbing out of the well, Beth immediately returns to Jay. She helps him up, and together they begin leaving the forest. With the Wendigo dead, its supernatural influence over the forest seems to disappear as well. This may explain why the forest no longer feels like a maze. The twisted paths return to normal, and for the first time they are finally able to find a way out. Their nightmare is over. Now their lives are saved. The movie ends with Beth and Jay successfully leaving the forest behind.